Alright, so this just got weirder. I carried the dead rooster up here. It's a plan that included a game camera. And the rooster's gone. I had it right here. This is what I carried it up with. And it's gone. There's one of its feathers. It's totally gone. Bailey's on the porch. Let me show you all this. I was inside maybe 5 minutes to get my cameras, and to try to upload. There's Bailey. Try to upload the pictures off the game cameras, which is in itself is weird. One of the game cameras stopped taking pictures in late December, so there's not much on it. The other one went up to like 1,800 pictures, and then they won't upload. I don't know. Not sure what's going on with that. It's starting to rain again. I'm gonna walk up here to the gates and stuff. I don't know if the live feed might drop out. If I get out of range. There is wet tracks on the bridge. It's probably Bailey's. And I'm not saying that maybe she didn't grab it. I don't know. I don't think she would do it because it's not a hot dog. Who knows? I looked down here for it, and I walked up to the barn just now. But literally gone 5 minutes, and the bird is gone. Kind of reminds me of the time I had a trailer there, and they switched out the hammers. Alright, I'm going to walk up here. Wish it would quit raining. We'll walk up here. If the live feed drops out, then I'll jump back on whenever I get up there. If I've got a good enough signal. Who knows? This has been quite a strange turn of events here. I don't know why the card won't upload. Starting to rain again. I don't think I'll be able to go up there and keep a signal, so I'll go over toward the getting stumps. Something slid right here. And right there. Hang on. Look at that. Here comes the bulldozer. Looks the same. What are you doing, Bailey? There's all kinds of impressions on the ground up here. Should have brought my tape measure with me. My head is still stopped up. It's hard to breathe. The head stopped up. All this looks the same. Or does it? There's a shell way over there and one way over there. So if anybody that's not caught up on what's going on today, this morning, actually it's probably about noon, come to think of it. It's been raining all day and I've stayed inside. And Bailey started barking. Bailey never barks. Unless something's going on, Bailey never barks. Like the last time the dogs came in to get after the ducks, she was barking at them. So I came out, looked around, didn't get off the porch, and just kind of looked around. And didn't see nothing going on. So I went back in, Bailey started barking again. The chickens started going crazy. So I stuck my head back out again, looked around, never did see anything. Went in there, watched my cameras, never did see anything on the cameras. So I thought, okay, I don't know what's going on. Then a couple hours ago, I walked up to the barn. Not a couple hours ago, not even an hour ago. I walked up to the barn, there was a rooster dead. And all the feathers and fleshy material around its neck is missing. I don't know what kind of critter would do that. Not really sure. And the tin was pulled out. Usually I've got it stacked up next to the creek bank. It was pulled out. And underneath the tin is what looks like a juvenile sized track, we'll say. And they've been known to cover their tracks here. So I brought the chicken back up here. I was going to bring it up here and set a game camera on it, maybe hanging in a tree or something, see what happened. Which I kind of doubt anything because of the game cameras. But now the chicken's gone. Right down there's where I had it, where that white sack, I carried it up with that feed sack. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'm also not sure why everybody is. I don't get a text message all day, then I go on live and everybody wants a text message. I don't know, we'll hang out up here for a minute. We go. I was kind of wondering if the chicken would have showed up here. It might be over there. That is so weird. Bailey was on the porch, both whenever I went in and came back out. I don't think she would have, I don't think she went anywhere. I'm pretty sure the chicken didn't just get up and move off. The backside of the barn is the only place that I don't have either a security camera or a game camera. Whenever I was having all the coyote issues, I had two cameras on that side of the other side of the barn facing away, and I need to walk down there above the barn, but I know I'm going to lose my signal. Maybe I'll sit you all down over here and walk up there and look. I brought my other camera. This just looks totally, I mean, that spot there, it seems like there was one of these rocks sitting there. Those shells over there, I don't remember doing that. Bailey, you're a weirdo. Zombie rooster. Listen. There went a woo. From up Stinky Holler. The last time one of my white chickens went missing, I found the feathers up on this ridge line. Went over towards Stinky Holler. I don't know if that woo picked up or not. I heard it though. For the past couple of nights, there's been a couple of different things happening. I haven't really caught anything on camera. It started the last time I went live, but yeah, I seen someone commented they've done stuff here during the day a few times, and it's not just night, but it's almost dark now. I think they kind of chill out. Actually, what I think is uh, when they're in this area, they're not. I don't think they're always here. I used to kind of time it and mark it down on the counter, and it seems like every 3 weeks they would show up here. But whenever they were here, what I think they usually stay 3 to 5, 6 days, something like that. And I would have activity, but I think when they're in this area, there's one that's usually posted around my place. To keep an eye on me. And I've got my reasons for thinking that I've documented. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I've got my reasons from whenever I first get home, a vocalization or a knock or something will happen, and then a return will happen from on up the holler or up on the mountain, up on the ridge line or whatever. What's going on, Bailey? Hmm? I heard something down there too, and that's right above the barn. I'm gonna put y'all down here, and I'm gonna walk up that way. I've learned to pay attention to my dog. I guess she was trying to warn me earlier, and I didn't listen to her. I was a bad boy, wasn't I, Bailey? Huh? I gotta figure out. I'll put the phone in. I'll just chill out here on the gifts and stuff. Actually, this isn't very good. This thing's all falling apart. You guys chill out on the gifts and stuff, and if you can try to get gifted, that'd be great. Come on, Team Leader, baby. There's something going on right now. I don't know if y'all could see from that angle, but all the birds just took off running. Something up there spooked them. I'm gonna get back down there. You know, now that I think about it, that rooster wasn't, the rigor mortis wasn't really set in on it. Whenever I packs it back down, I don't think it'd been dead too long. Not sure how warm it was or anything. So I don't know if I interrupted what was ever getting a while ago or what. I've got to look up here at the human observation post. A loose signal, I'll jump back on with another live stream. Okay, I don't see nothing. There's a pile of leaves. No fresh eggs, but then again, the ducks have been laying their eggs back in the barn. Alright, here comes the part where I bust my butt. Yeah, the chickens were going off. You could hear one going off down here. And Mr. T and the ducks were over toward the roadside, and they all took off running. At first, I thought maybe I had spooked them by being up here, but they ran towards me. Maybe Mr. T is just a stud hero or something. Maybe, please don't kill me. Look at that. It's stuck in the ground. Nah. Hang on. Stand by. Can't find my phone holder either. Not in the back of the side by side. Look how everybody's just standing there in the barn. Well, what are you doing up there, girl? Come down here. Come down here. These chickens have been acting odd all day. Usually they're down here at the house, aggravating me to give them some dog food. But today they stayed up here. Come down here, girl. Come on, fat turkey. Come on, for the booger man get you. on, girl. Yep, I think something's too. Like I said, they've been spooked all day since noon on, that I'm aware of. I slept till about 10 o'clock today and didn't move from my chair till about noon whenever the commotion started happening. And now's the rain again. Oh, by the way, whenever I went up there, a couple of their spots they sit at, there's some dry spots on the ground. And this is, you can hear the rain now. This is about what it's done all day. It's laid up a couple of times. Hasn't really been a hard rain or anything, but I'm trying to keep my eye on that hillside over there to see if something moves. And my other eye on this turkey up here. Probably ought to go get her. I wish I had a phone holder with me. I wish I wasn't so stupid and forget where I put things at. It's a terrible spot. This is the best I can do. Thing still going? Oh, it is. So that one turkey's, let's just say it's mentally challenged. All the other birds are up there in the barn, or around the barn. Like I said, they've been like that all day. Well, she, keep in mind, all of them ran away from that hillside a while ago. She decides to go up that hillside. Either she's really stupid, really brave, or this is what this is what I think. Bigfoot uses mind talks. Now stay with me here. I don't think anybody else has come up with this. But Bigfoots use mind talks, brain speaks, whatever it's called, to get critters to do what they want. Like, I want Thanksgiving dinner. Come up here, turkey. And the turkey does it. I don't think anybody else. I mean, I've heard some really off the wall, hard to believe stuff. I don't think anybody else has come up with that one. I'm gonna coin that one. I'm gonna own it. What do you think? Wow, well, I know, right? Brilliant. Brilliant. Yes, it does. It makes so much sense. Yeah, yeah, except for they don't use a stick or something. They use like brain speaking. That's super weird. I didn't see the rooster up on the road either. Had to come back and get dog food to get her to follow me back to the barn to break her hypnotic state. That's the only thing that does it. Dog food. That's how we're going to beat these creatures. I prefer using the bacon flavored dog food. Look down here. No chickens in the tree. That is just too weird. I wasn't inside but 5 minutes and it's gone. Now here's Baby's little spot that she brings her dead critters to. That's the deer that was brought here a while back. There it is. And I think there's a head of one over there. That's her little spot. She likes to bury him in the leaves. But there ain't no chicken here. Okay, it's raining pretty good now. Awesome. Tomorrow I think it's supposed to stop raining. I don't know. I don't believe that. Because I'm also off tomorrow. And I'm really wanting to get out and do a hike over at a place that I've been checking out on the Google Earth. So we'll see what happens. I wish I knew where my camera stand was. Increase mind speed to Might not do it. Okay, Boomer. Not sure who Boomer is. Well, boogers are around where they could give help. Guys, I'm totally kidding about the brain talking brain talking deal. I'm just kind of poking fun at some of the weird things that I've heard. I don't think I've heard anybody say that yet, so I'm gonna try to coin it. See you later, Diane. It is a great theory, and the best part about theories is you don't have to have evidence. I mean, look at evolution, how much traction that's gained, and they have no evidence for it. It's a theory. Infrasound, I honestly think that's a real thing. Actually, I think I've got some of that recorded, and they've kind of used it here a couple times. That's infrasound's definitely, and that's been documented that other critters use it. I mean, turkeys use it, elephants, tigers. Tigers, I guess, use it to, they say, confuse their prey or whatever. I don't know if that's the same as my theory of mine talking to come over and be part of dinner, but sounds pretty good. That's a lie, Matt. I ain't took my medications in weeks. I'm gonna stay live just because this is one of the best times to be for booger activity. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do here though. I would love to find my phone stand. Yeah, Homestead Feller says a lot of stuff. I think he's just having a go at it, to be honest with you. Yeah, the turkey's in the barn. Well, I wasn't that far with it, Matt. I mean, I don't know that. I don't watch him, so after I figured out he was just having a go at it, I mean, I was trying to give him some information if he was actually having a problem with them around his property, but I don't think he's. I think he's just having a go at it. Anybody see my phone holder? Daggone boogers probably took it. Hang on. It is sad. The people are they're so fooled by the evolution. But who can blame people? I don't blame people for being fooled because they're indoctrinated with it. Since first getting in school, there's just all the movies and stuff. It's just, but there's zero evidence. Anything that they say, you can call it evidence. Look it up for yourself. Like the whole Lucy deal. I don't know if they're still using that one or not, but they said that Lucy wasn't, I guess, a human critter evolving or whatever, proof that humans evolved. It was a daggum chimpanzee or orangutan or something like that. And the the bones that they found, some of the bones were over a mile away. So either this human that was in the middle of evolving got hit by a high-speed train and its body just flew everywhere, like miles away, then I don't think you could. That's not evidence. And it was proven that it was. I can't remember if it was a chimpanzee or like a deformed chimpanzee or a orangutan or whatever. I mean, that dude his place looks like it could definitely possibly have. I mean, they probably are around there, and maybe he's just making light of the whole situation. I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch a whole lot of his videos whenever it first popped up and all that. And I watched a few and then tried to give him a bit of advice, including game cameras, things that have worked here. And of course, stuff that works here doesn't mean it's going to work somewhere else. But yeah, they're still in the textbooks. That's a shame. And people, I don't know, people are just silly. I've gotten conversations online and people arguing about it. Well, what about this? And then you send them proof, and then they either say, yeah, well, here, how about this over here? And you show them how that's been debunked or whatever, and they still, it's just the brainwashing goes deep. What are you talking about, Rachel? Indeed, Patrick, I totally agree with that. And that's one good thing, me figuring out these boogers is real, had me questioning a bunch of other stuff. And I don't know, they lie. They lie a lot. 26-inch tracks. No, I don't think they do any traveling. I think I'm fully in their flesh and blood creation. They do to me flesh and blood things. If they was able to do all the dimension things, there's no reason at all that we should have any sightings at all, or they should leave any type of physical proof, right? I don't think, I don't think they're doing that. What I think confuses people is, the one I saw across the trail in front of me, it is hard for me to describe how fast this thing was. And, if I would have blinked my eye, I would have missed the whole thing. If I'd happened to be blinking my eye in a trail about as wide as my little driveway here. If I'd have blinked my eye, it'd been gone. That's how quick this thing was going across that road. And I think that's maybe why people think they disappear and stuff, because they are unbelievably quick. And this thing was on all fours. And, I mean, growing up out there, you've got to be, it's going to be fast and agile and very strong. All of its senses are in tune. Just to, survive and make a living out in the wild, you'd have to be. So, I mean, I know a lot of people's got different theories, interdimensional, or they turn it into ghost or whatever. And I just don't, where's the proof of that, number one? I'm more of a proof type feller. And, I'll probably get some thumbs down for saying that, but I don't believe in any of that. I have a hard time believing in the mind speak deal, and that's not as wooish as the other deals. But it's never happened here. It's never happened to other people I know that have them around their place. So I'm not buying into any of that. I'm not saying that it's not true. I've never seen anything, and so I'm not going to say it's true. Doesn't the Bible also say something about man was made in God's image? Was they talking about the image of God at the time? Does God evolve also? I don't think we evolved at all. I think we were put on earth fully functioning, ignorant humans. Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, they've got to be lean, muscular. I mean, just to, they're not out eating donuts and ice cream and bad foods like we do. Yeah, I think underground, like, I don't think they're there all the time. I think they make day beds. I mean, I found spots where it looks like they've been just chewing. The leaves are all matted down, like they're just sleeping out in day beds. And some of these structures, like the weave up there, I think maybe that might be a bad place too. But I absolutely think they go underground like in cave stuff. Absolutely. Why wouldn't they? Yeah, I think if anything, we're de-evolving. Now, I guess things can adapt to environments, and I guess that would be like a micro evolution or whatever. But for something to turn into something else, that don't happen ever. Hang on, guys. Well, at least stay alive till it gets really good and dark, because right now is the time that stuff tends to happen at dusk. I've heard of I've heard of these boogers being called dusk mans. Be right back. You know what? I don't even know why I'm looking this way. I should be looking toward the barn. What do you think about it, Bailey? Hmm? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the chat. That's really interesting, Sue, about the fox and all. Uh, I've heard stories of them having like coyotes, for instance, as pets, and even dogs as pets. That's a good idea, Emma. I've got I've got a 357 on my hip, a shotgun laying inside the door, and my AR also inside the door. So I'm good. But yeah, you're right. You absolutely should arm yourself. Not move to Australia. Tell you tomorrow what happened. Yeah, absolutely. I think they eat coyotes and stuff too. Excuse me. I think I've recorded it happening on audio, not video of it, of course. That'd be cool to see though. But a lot of times, like I was saying, this time of night is whenever the action starts, and I've got a couple of what sounds like boogers hunting coyotes captured. Well, hello, Melanie. There got me some coffee going in there. Man, I hope it don't rain tomorrow. I really want to go to that place and hike around. It looks like a good spot from Google Earth. I gotta plug my phone. Yeah, that was the plans for him. I was going to try to get him. That's one of the young roosters. I got another young rooster. I guess I need to take care of that too. And dragon rooster. Alright, Matt. Adios. Just kidding about the Australia thing. Alright. Fishing game. I'm gonna go in and get me some coffee. I don't know. I don't know if anything's gonna happen tonight, but if it does, I want to document it. I think I'm gonna grab a recorder also. Something's going on around here. if I get anything. So watch your ears. It's one of the young roosters. I've never heard of Chuck Swan management area. I'm in Kentucky, not Tennessee. Kind of midways up on the West Virginia border. Hang on. Stand by. Alright, forgot to record. No, it wasn't trial. It was one of the roosters that was born, or hatched, December maybe? November? November, I think. Yeah, I'm just staying live right now just in case something happens at dusk. I'll probably, it's not too cold out here, so I'll probably sit out for a while. I definitely think they're around, so I put the recorder out. That's about all I can do on a night like this. The FLIR don't work very good whenever it's raining. Well, my roosters got took, and then some other it was on the last video, I guess. Not too much has happened during the live stream. I did hear a vocalization a while ago, but I'm trying to get these photographs off my game camera, and it doesn't seem to want to work. I restarted my laptop, and we'll see if that helps any. Import. And this is what it does. I've never seen it do this before. And it'll find stuff on there, but it won't put them in there. So weird. Actually, it's found more this time. Wish that camera was still going, and I don't know. I'd say the card's full. Maybe that's why it's taking so long. I think I hear something moving. Anybody watch Dixie Cryptid channel and catch the one with the guy from Colorado that takes folks out hunting? Because Cam, the guy that runs the channel, was talking about things happening at his farm. And I brought him a messenger. I got up with him and told him some of the things that I've done here. But I think he's kind of in denial. But he's like in a really good spot to have booger activity. And some of the things that he was talking about that's happening there, is some signs. So I told him a few other things to look out for. And a lot of times, whenever you're dealing with these boogers, it ain't real dramatic, like the house slaps and stuff. I mean, all of that does happen. It's happened here, but I think that's because I took away a food source, the dog food, from them. But I told him to look for little things, like things getting moved or going missing and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to find out. And I told him also that if he does decide to take, because I think what he said was his eggs was going missing, which could be anything. So I told him to put up a game camera. At least, if you put up a game camera, if it's not a booger, you're going to figure out what's taking them. And if it is a booger, they sure do seem to deter them around here. So I hope he tries that, but I warned him about taking away the food sources and what might happen, and maybe what he can do about that also. Every situation's a bit different. And I still like doing the pictures now. Won't even let me go into it. What the heck? Well, no, guys. I guess I'll stop this stream. I hate to have a long, boring stream. I'll be out here for a while. It's not too cold, and got the recorder going. So if something happens, I'll get it on that. But I don't want to waste everybody's time. And nothing going on. But thank you for joining me. If something does happen, I'll try to jump back on live, and we'll take it from there. Well, I've also got to get my shower and cook and do other things too. Y'all probably don't want to see all that either. But I'll try to jump back on live later tonight. Walk in and grab me about to eat. And actually, I think I'll cook something out here on the grill tonight. But anyway, like I said, if something happens, I'll definitely jump back on live. I'll be out here for a while tonight. It feels pretty good. But if not, everybody have a good day. Good night. God bless.